Hi, welcome to video 4. In this video I'm going to demonstrate how to use the third types of frame layout, which is called border layout. Border layout, I'll just draw a very simple diagram here to show you what it means. If you've got a frame, something like here, and let me draw it. My drawing is terrible as usual. You divide the screen to 4 parts. The part here, they call it north here, and this is south, this part. This is west, this is east, west, and this is east. And of course this one is the center. So you can say north, it gives you that north here, south gives you this one, west, east, and of course center. How do we write it? I'm going to demonstrate this now, but let me get it off this first. Here, there you go, make it a bit lighter, and here we go, we'll start. We'll just kick it off now. Here, we'll start, create class, and here, class, and the class I'm going to call it border layout example, like that, right? And of course you need main for that. There it is. What's that? Say that's here. Border layout. The source, of course, the source field here. Source, I'm going to use this one in here. There you go, and it is okay. And that's here it is, and here, and here we go. And that's being created. Remember, get this first here. This generates for you every time they just put it here. Don't forget, import Java X swings, swing, there it is, and import Java AWT, again, there it is. Second thing, remember, extends, ends, extend, of course, JFrame. Here we go. Remember, second thing we're going to do is remember to create a constructor. Public, the name, it's long name, so I just copy it, get it here. There you go. And of course this create in here. Remember, in here we create the frame from the class. So the class is, here it is, border layout example, say frame equal new, and use the constructor for that. Here it is, done. And of course the rest is just the same as we've done before. So I just take any one of these in here and copy it across. Hey there. There you go. Put them here. Here we go. We're done. So of course this is not a good layout. I'm going to say border layout. Border layout. The name of it. And here, remember, I'm going to create four buttons in here. One north, south, east, west, and center. I'm going to create 5. So of course to create them easy, we can put them here 2 different ways. I'm going to demonstrate both of them for you. Private, you can put that one. J, remember, for the button, J button. Sorry, UTTON. And say for instance, call it north, and put a name for it. This is small letter, better. btn equal a new J, of course, button, and for the button, for the title, whatever is written on the button, say, let me say north. Here it is, right? And of course, there it is, done. What I'm gonna do, because they're 5, I'm not gonna just print them, I just cover them across, just like that. There it is. Got 1 here, 3, 4, and 5. Of course, I'm just gonna change the names in here. North, I'm gonna say south here. Then I would call this one, for instance, east, and this one I would call it west. This one is called, I call it in center, so it is center buttons. Of course, south, with this one south as written on it. Yeah, right, south. On this one we say east. This one we call it, what's written on it, west. And of course this one we call center. Right, now we've done this. All you need to do, remember, you set the layout, the first line in your constructor. Set layout, there it is, and we're going to use border layout, and only need just the spaces, say 5 and 10. There it is, and you close this one. Now here, what's the error here? Border layout cannot be resolved. Yeah, of course, as capital B. I'm sorry, yeah, it's capital B. There it is. It's border layout. Now, what you need to do, of course, we're going to add them. Adding them to the border layout is different from the others. So what you do, add, you're going to say add the first button, for instance, this one, north button, this one, here, and it asks you, where do you want to put it? So, of course, you're going to say border layout, and give me that. This is north, put it north. There it is, north. There it is, here. Put north for me. That's what it means. I'm gonna just copy this. You know what I'm like. There it is. And we're gonna just use the other one. There are 5. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here it is. Right, the second one, we're gonna put the south, for instance. I put south here. South. And when you say south, where do you want to put it? Here, say layout. Layout, you don't put it in north, say south. There it is. You see south? There it is, south. Alright, and of course we have the east and west. There it is. This is the east, buttons there. And the layout. There you go. And I'll say east. There it is. There you go. And of course, we've got the east, we're going to put west, and here it is. When I say west, just say west. Of course, you put it in capital, as you can see it, or you can just get from the center buttons, and center, we call the center. Here, there's center, and of course, because of center, here it is. There you go. Alright, and that's done. So all we do, run it now. Look at this. I create 5 buttons. One is called written on it north, south, east, west, center, and I say put it with first one on the north of the frame, this one south, east, west, and center. You run that and see what they're going to give you. Of course, this is equal to say border layout. We might change the names there, but and here you go. Of course, this is very small, so I'm going to make it bigger because center is here. Because soon, if you make it bigger like that, it gives you something. So of course, what I'm gonna do in that case, if you notice, that's what it changed here. So that means if I remove this one side, that means I need to change this value, the 200 in here. So let me close this one, and of course, I've gone here and make this one, for instance, 250, because the other one is fine for the horizontal. Run this one, hopefully this one gets right, and here you go, right? Of course, this is west, east, and put that way for you on the frames. The other thing is, if I removed, for instance, west, the center will be between from here to here. If I remove east and west, all of this is going to be center. So that will help you, of course, to, if I remove east and west, for instance, east, let's say east, and run it. Let's go, this is what it's going to give us now. Look in here, and here you go. You see, it's taken it all. Taken the center, all of it. So if I remove the west, of course, you go here, the west, and see what that's going to give us. The center is going to take everything. It is the center. And if I remove the north, of course, the north in here is going to be just the south, and the rest takes it by the center. Look at the center, it's taken in here. So that's very helpful actually for the designs. And that's the conclude actually how you use the border layout in here. So remember, for border layout in here, so new set layout, first line, the constructor, new border layout, and of course what's the distance. And when you add, the difference is the object plus comma border layout where we want south, east, west, and so on. And here, and here you go. Looks that one. If I increase this one this way, for instance, down here, you can see what that looks like, right? So it depends how you want to make your windows or your frame. So if you increase that one to 450, of course that's going to be very long in there, and you can see here it is. You see, so you can play around with these just to get the right figure. Of course, we said this is just 250, and of course that's hopefully get that right in here. That's conclude actually all the frames layout and the chapter and the this GUI programming. In the following videos, we're going to show when I click on the buttons, what's going to happen. If I want something to change, it's called event. That's what we're going to do for event program. Towards the end, we're going to show you actually you can do whatever complex GUI you want to do. We're going to do it in simple steps. But first of all, we have to understand actually what's the mechanics of writing these programs before we move to the second step, which is, even though we can create a more advanced GUIs in simple steps, right? Just drag and drop graphical using the graphics rather than writing the code. Thank you very much, and see you next videos.